I were to look back at my life, I would probably think of it in this way. BCL before Craigslist and ACL after Craigslist. And it wasn't until I moved to Philly that I really saw the power of how addictive it could be and just how far I would be willing to go for a good deal. So the first time I moved here, I was living in this janky dorm room in West Philly. So naturally, Craigslist was my best friend. And SEPTA, or SEPTA tokens to be exact, were my worst enemy. Why is it that we're still using fake money to pay for the bus when people in New York City are wearing tokens as Etsy jewelry? But we're getting there, right? And so I was taking the bus and the train all the time, and I was getting cleaned out. Because if I planned ahead, I would buy a token on the way home, but I never did, and so I would have to pay full $2 fare, which just ate at my old lady haggler inside of me, and I couldn't stand it. And I was just blowing through money, and I was like, why have they not incentivized us to buy in bulk? Why are they just selling little 5-packs here and there? And I just thought to myself, there has to be somebody in the city that is willing to sell me tokens for less than face value. Somebody out there. Well, and I recruited my friend Hillary, who was equally disgruntled and also broke, and a fellow deal hunter, and we started this relentless quest to find discounted tokens. And we knew that grocery stores and pharmacies were out. They would just have to sell us full price. So we started pitting the guys who run the bodegas against each other in a bidding war around Philly. And but they wouldn't budge under $1.25. And you're thinking, Kath, it's a great deal, take the deal. And you're like, no, not good enough. Not good enough. And it wasn't good enough. And so we decided to up the ante and turn to our trusty friend, Craigslist. And I was shocked by the number of hits that SEPTA token got on Craigslist. Where were these people getting tokens from? And I was rereading some of the emails from that time, and they are pretty badass. It was like, yo, I think J-Rome's tokens are legit. I was the stoutest 10-pack guy. Right? And so, but none of these guys were selling the bulk quantity that we were looking for. Until a lady named Tammy Tokens. And her ad was one that you're like, that's a scam. It's the alternating caps and lowercase symbols that make a flower, I guess in this case a token. And my favorite, which is the liberal use of the letter U for the word you. But by some Craigslist miracle, she was very real, and she decided to sell us 100 tokens for $100. Whoa. So all you math people, it's $1 a token, 50% off full fare. I was gonna call my grandma, but then I would have to explain A, what a token was, and B, that I was maybe breaking the law. And like I was thinking before, you never know how far you're willing to go for a Craigslist deal until you go. And for me, that was meeting Tammy Tokens at 10 p.m. at a dimly lit gym on a Tuesday night with the only descriptor via text, and it said, I have blonde hair, ... LOL, I'm black. What is an LOL? I don't know. And the handoff was tense. She had these curved nails, and she handed me the tokens in a produce bag. And I had to awkwardly count them in front of her, and all the while I'm thinking, where did you get all these tokens? Are you a Nicki Minaj impersonator? What happens if you need to pick your nose? All these questions running through my mind. And luckily I kept my mouth shut. And I walked out of that gym feeling like I won the lottery, and that all those years of coupon clipping and Tupperware hoarding and rebate mailing were all worth it. And about a year later, I get a text message from Hillary, my friend, and she sends me a link to an article, and it reads, "SEPTA worker charged with stealing $18,000." And her caption in all caps was, "Yo, is this our girl? What?" And I just like had a momentary panic attack, and I was like, I thought SEPTA was going to kick down my door. And I scoured my apartment for any traces of Tiny's tokens, and luckily they had been long used up. And you know what my reaction was? I ran to my laptop and immediately opened Craigslist. But instead, in the search box, I typed in B-I-K-E.